Hello, hello. No problem. Take your time.
Hey Jason, good day. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Austin.
Yeah, hi. How are you today?
Very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good also. And Tavia, I can see you. How are you
Yes,
today?
I am well. You can call me Tavia.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry for this. Thank
no
you for
worries.
having
Yeah,
here. So just wait a couple of minutes. I need to check in Binance that is doing live or not. Just give me a few minutes.
sure.
No problem. Take your time.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for the confirmation. I think like we have 6 minutes in our hands. Just wait 1 or 2 more minutes. No worry. So I think people will
Sure.
join soon more in our Binance. So just wait.
Mm.
Austin, quick question. How long does the AMA last? Just to make sure that I'm not.
Basically like the 1 hour. So it's up to you also. Like if you think like within 30 minutes you're enough, you can wrap the session. Or if you think that is you need more times, then we'll generate any other Google Meet. If you need like more than 1 hour, no worry.
Mm. Did
Oh,
you
no,
get the
probably like
two?
less than more. Sorry,
Yes,
Tavia. Go ahead.
sorry. Did you get the two additional questions we sent over?
Sorry.
We added two additional questions. Did you see
Yeah,
those?
yeah. I got
Yeah.
it. I got it.
Okay, thank you. So with the giveaway, usually how do you guys do it?
Right now I'll moderate this image session, and also after that I will take some question from the live actually. Like in from the Binance sector, I can see there are a lot of people already 1K or 2K, and also within this time this number will increase soon. So then
Mm.
I will take some live question from there.
Mm. Okay.
Ah,
Okay, I think we can kick off this image session. So first of all, hello, beautiful people. I would like to thank you everyone for having here in this image session with the crypto health and the credbul. And so, people, I would like to thank you actually. That is, you're listening us, and also, like today we'll learn more about their plan and programs and everything, their utilities, their use case. So here is Jason and Tavia. I would like to invite them. First of all, could you please guys introduce yourself? Like, how do you connect this project one by one? So, Jason, you can go first.
sure. Sorry, can you repeat the question, Austin? How did the project come to be?
Yeah,
Like
introduce
how do you
yourself.
connect it? Yeah, introduce like how do you connect this project, and could you share some of your experience in the crypto industry?
Sure, sure. Happy to. So, Um, my name is Jason Denny. I'd like to say I'm the original founder of credbul, but the real founders are my superstar executive team, like Tavia here. I'll talk more about my team soon. My background, so credbul is really a combination of traditional finance and DeFi experience by myself and the entire team. I've been in crypto full time for the last 7 years, the last 2 or 3 years in tokenized asset management. And prior to that, 17 years in TradFi. So I started my career with McKinsey out of the New York and Toronto office, and then moved into banking for 10 years, where I focused mostly on corporate debt, asset management, private banking, and structured products. Then I moved into the insurance and asset management industry, both in North America and in Asia. I moved to Hong Kong in 2015 when I discovered crypto, and I took the plunge in 2017 and haven't looked back since. So the combination of my TradFi and my DeFi crypto experience for the last 6 years have really merged into what credbul is today, and we'll talk more about that in a minute.
And hi, everybody. It's good to meet you. My name is Pavia, and I'm the CMO and Head of Partnerships here at credbul. So prior to joining credbul, I had a start in accounting and finance, and I also ran my own digital marketing firm for about 8 years, which I then sold off to a subsidiary of a Fortune 500 advertising firm. And I joined Dark Web Threat Intelligence and dealt with AI, looking after business development and marketing side of things. And my first foray in crypto was as the vice president of APAC's largest crypto custodian. And we managed over 2 billion worth of assets, so assets under custody. And we also had a 250 million DeFi arm. And later on, I moved on to a layer one where I was the head of commercial there before joining credbul. So happy to meet everybody here today, and we welcome questions.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Jason and Devia, for having here. Like I can say, such a learned person you are. You have so many experience in your bag. So yeah, guys, tie your seatbelt tightly and learn more about Credbul. They have their social media already pinned in our crypto world community. You can just check it out. So, could you just give us an overview about what is Credbul actually, and then actually what is the mission?
Sure. I'll start with our vision. So our vision is pretty simple. It is to advance financial freedom for all. So we focus on taking kind of the existing an individual or institution's kind of wealth through a capital preservation strategy and advancing it to focus on financial freedom, not necessarily financial security. And we address and serve the entire market. So we are a licensed on-chain private credit fund, the first, in fact, where we allocate capital to the largest SME originators. These are some of the established fintechs who highly diversified risk, tightly risk managed way that ensures capital preservation of our investor and lenders' assets. And the fund is fully transparent, meaning that lenders into the fund can see the full investment cycle, both on-chain and off-chain, and fully transparent in real time, as well as the performance of the actual fund. So the fund targets a gross yield that allows us to offer high risk-adjusted fixed yield products that offer diversification and non-correlation to the broader, highly volatile crypto market. So this is not to replace existing crypto holdings, but to complement, right? And that builds long-term, sustainable, stable wealth that generates financial freedom that I mentioned before. And some of our products include 10% fixed and 30% variable based on the performance of the fund. And we're super excited that we're going to be launching an additional set of products that are kind of variety of lockup terms from 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, as well as senior and junior tranche products. So that's all coming in our pipeline. So we serve two primary markets. This institutional crypto and Web2 looking to bring into the Web3 space, but also way more exciting, the crypto retail market as well. And Tavia will talk more about that. So we've launched the institutional part of the business 3 months ago, and we're launching the retail in 2 weeks' time. So we're super excited. The team has been working really hard at perfecting the offering, the user experience, and we offer access to the broader retail market the same product terms, the same access that traditionally only institutional investors have been able to receive. So we're excited about it. That's high level of about credbul, and certainly happy to take any questions from the viewership.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So yeah, guys, I can say that is Great Bull is at the forefront of, like, I can say, the merging traditional finance with the decentralized technology, and also they have their team members and their aims to, like, usher in the new era of transparency, access, and accountability in investment through the innovative solution and the commitment to democratization. And so I can say this is the credbul is reshaping the landscape of finance for the digital age, actually. So you can join, guys. You can learn more from their website and others. So yeah, I have just a few questions about this. Like, I just want to know them. As far I know, that is you are using like on-chain and private credit fund and so forth. So I just want to know, like, what makes it really different, like what distinguishes the credbul's on-chain private credit fund as the first licensed offer in the DeFi.
Yeah, so great question. Thank you. So there are a number of differentiating elements about what we do. So first, when we think about kind of the institutional side, private credit is not easy to get access to. You know, there's a lot of offering out there that call themselves private credit, but generally what they do is that they deploy capital in someone else's fund who manages the capital off chain. We manage our own fund. We manage our own real world asset in a way, which allows us to manage tightly the returns and the capital from a preservation standpoint of our lenders and investors. So the fund is on chain and fully transparent. So when you look at traditional tokenized asset management or tokenized funds, they're still highly centralized and opaque in how the assets are managed, right? Just because a fund is tokenized doesn't mean it's decentralized. So we are an on-chain fund rather than a tokenized fund, which means that as we are an RWA project, at some point we need to deploy capital in the so-called real world. So it has to go off-chain. So we build a mechanism that transfers all data from off-chain capital allocation 3 degrees out. So by originator, by product, by all SME transactions, visible in real time. And that data is deployed on-chain immutably, so it cannot be altered. So investors will have the confidence and hold us accountable to the actual deployment of the capital and our risk controls. And that's a major differentiator. So we take the veil off of what traditionally has been a highly opaque asset class. And that, to me, is absolutely critical for the entire tokenized asset management industry, is to be fully transparent and to hold ourselves accountable to all lenders, to the community. Anyone who deploys capital, USDC, USDT into our fund will have access to an advisor dashboard or an investor dashboard where they can see the performance in real time. We also manage the fund in a tightly risk controlled way, right? That allows us to offer the highest fixed yield products in the market with participation in the performance of the fund. That is, so for us, whether it would be 10% fixed yield, and we're launching new products at 15% fixed yield, and we're talking fixed, not target, that is above the entire market, not just within Web3, but also in Web2. So we play in both worlds in a way. We serve the Web3 market with institutional grade RWA products, but we also focus on expanding the Web3 market by attracting fresh new capital into the industry. So we're not just looking at or serving a relatively small ecosystem compared to the larger market. We want to grow our Web3 ecosystem by attracting fresh new capital. And that serves the long-term growth in a dynamic way to generate liquidity over time. So that is a major differentiator for us. And we've attracted, institutional partners such as Plume Network, the fastest growing RWA chain in the space, with a commitment to deploy 10 million in TVL as our anchor investor. And that 10 million is provided by their capital providers. So we're super excited about this, and we're super excited about taking these products to the broader retail market.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So, guys, they have their article on this issue. Like, if you want, you can take from the credbul.io. This is their website. Just visit this. So, I can see, like you mentioned in the section of the Credbul licensed on-chain private credit fund, that is the licensed entity with the Marco capital preservation strategy and clear investor protection. Then you mentioned that it's real-time transparency of on-chain fund performance and all of the chain activities. So I have just a question that is, the transparency and security is very, very important for any project, definitely. So how does Credbull ensure the real-time transparency and risk management within its decentralized fund structure?
Yeah, so as previously mentioned, there's full transparency across the entire investment cycle, right? From the initial deployment of stablecoins into our fund on chain to the full allocation of that capital to originators by products such as invoice factoring, term loans, working capital, and the originator's underwriting of all SME transactions. All of that data, all of that metadata is in real time, deployed on chain immutably, and visible through a dashboard that investors can see and monitor in real time and hold us accountable. So that allows basically, or doesn't allow any light or any gap between our stated strategy and our risk controls and the actual execution of the capital off chain. Now, when there is a deviation from our risk parameters, for example, or our target yield, the fund is actively managed. So we're constantly pivoting and altering kind of our redeployment to ensure that we stay within our tight risk band and reaching our target gross yield. So that is that's kind of the traditional actively managed fund, right? And again, we hold ourselves completely accountable through full transparency end to end. And we believe that's one of the core principles of any asset that wants to be tokenized or should be tokenized, is to provide full transparency. And that's one of the core principles of DeFi, right? Along with access and liquidity and so forth. So for us, that is a fundamental core proposition to all of our lenders, is the full transparency of all capital allocation on chain and off chain, and the redeployment of capital back on chain. And by the way, I should note that all SME transactions 3 degrees over, all that data is visible back on chain, including any SME transaction defaults, right? So we hold ourselves accountable across the entire investment cycle, and that gives investors confidence that we're executing according to the strategy that we had set out for the fund.
I think another important part of risk management is also the fact that we employ blockchain technology to ensure transparency. So every single USDC that flows to our fund, it doesn't, get managed by any of the team. It is through straight pass-through smart contracts that the funds are then converted into USDC and deployed into the fund. And we also have licensed fund administrator that would ensure that the whole process is transparent and there is no mismatch of the amount of USDC we take in to the amount that we actually deploy into the real world and back. So this is a very important feature that we've bothered to make sure for investor protection.
That's a great point that Tavia added. And to add to that, when lenders deploy capital into our fund via the DeFi lending side of the business, they receive a self-custody claim token. That is a claim on their underlying capital that they deployed in USDC, plus the promised yield that they will generate once the maturity of the product comes to fruition. So they hold that claim token in their own wallet, right? And that's really important. That's one of the key principles, obviously, in DeFi, to have self-custody. So we empower our lenders to own their own investment through self-custody. And that's the relationship, or that's the contractual relationship that we have with all lenders. And I will emphasize the point again that Tavia mentioned, is that at no point through the process do we, the credbul team, actually engage directly with the investor or lender assets at all. From the point of deployment to the DeFi into the fund, it's all driven by smart contract deployment. And as soon as it goes off chain, that's driven by our licensed fund administrator. We basically instruct our fund administrator as to how they should allocate capital across these originators, and they will execute. But we do not have access, no control over the investor capital at any point. So that's why we opted to have a licensed fund, to ensure investor protection and to be fully transparent. We'll have monthly NAVs, so there'll be a reading by a third-party administrator. It will be fully audited by a Big Four, and all of that information will be provided online.
Okay, yeah, got it. Thank you. So yeah, like guys, their on-chain private credit funds offer high fixed yields and flexible lockups, and also decentralized governance, transparency, which they already discussed actually, and also access to the private credit through the stabilized, established SME asset organization and so forth. So I can see like you basically, I can say that is RWA project like you mentioned, that is the credbul is top RWA project backed by others, and also I can see. So could you share more about like what advantages does the credbul offer to the institutional asset management managers actually, like crypto platforms and DAO treasuries looking to enter the real world asset actually?
Yeah, I will hand this question over to Tavia, since she's very close to our client base, and she drives all business development for us.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Octavia, go ahead.
Sure. So if you notice, a lot of yield products in crypto, they're extremely correlated to the price of Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin goes up, the whole market turns green. When Bitcoin goes into the red, the whole market tanks as well. But when you're managing project treasury or DAO treasury, or if you manage of a significant size, or especially institutional type clients, they are not looking for something necessarily as volatile as the kind of crypto yields we're very used to. You know, when you have a treasury size that's quite big, and you'll be looking at longer macro term goals such as capital preservation, which is why you start looking to things such as high fixed yield products. So the most prominent and well-known fixed yield products in the crypto space is probably T-bills. So T-bills, you know, you have that fixed yield, but it's 4.25, max 5%, and it is on the decline when the interest rate starts getting cut. So this leaves a lot of project treasuries and DAO treasuries, you know, with very little fixed yield that they can go for. And if you look at ETH staking now, at less than 3% yield you can get, there really isn't enough good products out there, even though there's huge demand for uncorrelated high fixed yield as part of a diversified crypto portfolio. And that's truly where we really shine. So credbul's fixed yield products, it includes the base vanilla product. It's a 12-month lock on your USDC for 10% fixed yield. And you also get to participate in 30% upside of the fund's performance. So that makes us really aligned with the client. And when the fund does even better, the client not only gets the 10% fixed yield, they get to lock in that 30% upside as well. So that gives them a little bit of variability in the yield, but they have that, you know, backed and licensed 10% high fixed yield. So that is, you know, at least double of what you can find in T-bills today. So that makes it really, really attractive. We have other products as well in the pipeline that can offer even higher yields, 15%, like Jason said, and also shorter term products coming in the kind of space like 6 months to even 30-day products that we provide. So the point of what we're trying to do here is to deliver a very stable product And our macro goal from day one, it's capital preservation and to deliver this institutional grade licensed product in a very transparent way to both institutions like DAO Project Treasuries and also to retail.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Stevia, for this answer actually. So yeah, guys, just read their light paper if you want to learn more and visit their like everything. So let's take another one question. Like I can see that is, can you explain the functionality and the benefits of credbul pro and in credbul earn actually in facilitating the diversified solution for its clients?
So credbul Pro is basically our institutional offering. So the product offered to investors where, usually investors come in, they do a KYC process, and then we might do some bespoke solutions for them, depending on the kind of products they're looking for, and then they deploy into the fund. The base underlying fund is the same. Incredible Earn is our retail arm. So Incredible Earn, I think it's where the audience of Finance Live today and crypto will be more excited about. So Incredible Earn is our retail offering, whereby you can expect 30% APY kind of yields and above as long as you participate in the platform. So what is Incredible Earn? Incredible Earn is an engagement, reward, and earn platform. So we have a series of hyper casual games that you can play, including our new game called Bull Tap that you can access on Telegram when you join our credbul group. So you can search for credbul main on Telegram and you'll find us. So you see a link to our tap to earn game called Bull Tap. So when you play this game, you actually earn points. And when you refer people to the game, you earn points as well. And when you do daily engagement, logins, and social tasks, you also get points. And all of these points are eventually converted into credbul tokens. And all of these points are tracked within the Incredible Earn point system. And the Incredible Earn point system works in a leaderboard sort of format. So at the end of every season, so that is around every month, you would get ranked according to how much points you have. And then the first tier one, which is the top 25% of points holder, they get a 4x multiplier of points to token value. The second tier, you get a 2 times multiplier, and tier three, you get 1 time. So all of this gives you credbul token. So the ticker is CBL, and this gives you enhanced yield. So what you can also do on an Incredible Earn platform is to lend directly into our private credit fund, and you get the same high fixed yield products that the institutional clients have. So you get to access that at very, very low ticket size, where you can come in even less than $500 and you get the same high fixed yield with the same investor protections. So not only you lend and you get the 10% fixed yield, but with the token top-ups from the Incredible Earn program, you can expect a total yield a year of more than 30% or 40%. And if you compare this to other crypto airdrop farming programs or yield programs or staking programs or restaking programs, this is truly the simplest, most straightforward and generous points program and rewards program in the crypto space today. So you don't have to learn anything complicated, such as speculating on future coin prices, learning staking, restaking. You don't have to speculate on the next meme coin and to wait for it to, go to the moon in 100x, when you can just log in daily, participate, and then see exactly where you rank at any point of time on the leaderboard, introduce your friends, and you would get that very high yield for participating in the program. So we believe that by making the program very simple in a tap and earn style, in a very easy to engage way, that truly we are making, everybody have access to this product. And it's really in line with what we want to do, which is financial access and financial freedom for everybody, not just institutions.
Okay, so like anyone can join, like anyone can take participant or like in their offerings, anyone can take the opportunities, no worry. So yeah, thank you, Debbie. You already answered my question. That is, what are the ways that the retail users can participate actually? So I just want to know more in this. Like, if anyone that is, if they join actually, what are the procedure they need to do? You already explained a bit, but do they have paid any fees or pay any fees actually, and also do they have to do any kind of KYC verification or else anything?
Mm. That's a very good question. So the retail users don't have to pay any fees. So every dollar that they lend into the fund would be a dollar that they can earn a yield from. So that's a very important key feature. So you can even start from lending even $1. But of course, if you put $1 in and you hold it for a year, the yield may not be that high. Maybe you can start with a lower amount and you can try and see the program. So one retail campaign that we have live right now is actually our airdrops program, which I think a lot of the audience here today would be very interested in. So to participate in the airdrops program, you can go to search on the website incredible.io slash 100K. So incredible.io slash the number 100K. And this is our airdrops program. So this is a campaign ahead of our TGE, which is planned in quarter 3 this year. And what we do is we want to identify early contributors to our project and want to identify people that would be really active in building our community as well. So what you do on this airdrops website, all you have to do is to connect an ETH or EVM based wallet, connect your MetaMask, connect your wallet, and then simply lend just $1 to the fund. So when you lend $1, you would already qualify for the airdrops, and then you would also, follow our socials to keep updated as to the progress of our TGE. That's all you have to do. So the minimum for a guaranteed qualification to airdrop is just $1. So as long as you have an active wallet, everybody listening right now, you can just plug in to the airdrops. So of course, if you're looking for higher airdrops, the maximum that you can lend towards this airdrops campaign is 2,000. So starting anywhere from $1 to up to 2,000. Of course, the more you lend, the more airdrops allocation you would get. So I think that's the very simple way to get started earning rewards first. And then the second thing you can do is to go to our Telegram to play the tap and earn game called Bull Tap. So to access that, what you can do is to go on Telegram and search for our TG group called credbul main, credbullmain. And there you would see the entry point to the tap and earn game. So with the tap and earn game, what you have to do is simply tap. So tap and you will earn points, and these points would then be stored within your wallet, and the points would then be converted to tokens during TGE period. So that is another way for you to immediately get rewards starting today.
And just to add to that, you can also go on our Twitter X account and follow us on Credible DeFi, where you can get additional information on our airdrops and other product releases, including Credible Earn. To answer the question regarding the KYC, our entire retail offering is permissionless, so no KYC required. You just need to sign on with your credentials, and away you go. Once you do get to sign on to Incredible Earn, we'll need to send basically an EVM wallet that you connect, and you can start earning points, participating in our leaderboard, and all sorts of activities, quests, and so forth, and start earning tokens on a monthly basis based on your tier. So we're super excited about that. We're looking to launch that in about 2 weeks' time. So keep your eyes on to our Twitter and TG groups, and there's going to be a lot of exciting new opportunities. In addition, of course, to Bull Tap, that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be, launched in its full glory, either most likely kind of early next week. So we're just finalizing the last bit of features, and we're looking to have a major launch there.
Okay, yeah, thank you once again. So, guys, they already announced their airdrop event, like within that is amount about to the 100K. You can take part on this airdrop event, guys. Don't miss the chance actually. So I can say this is an exciting opportunity for our community to earn rewards and get involved with the credbul's mission to democratize the access to the private credit investment. So if you think, guys, how to participate, this is very simple. As Tavia mentioned already, that is you need to connect your wallet, that is Arbitrum chain, and you just need to lend at least $1 and maximum 2K. So like to qualify for the airdrop, so the more you lend actually, the higher airdrop you will collect actually. So this is very easy, and stay updated by following their credbul on social media. You will find in our crypto well community. No worries. Thank you. So guys, don't miss the chance actually, definitely. So let's take another question. Like already you have talked about the on-chain. So let's talk some of the off-chain. Like what mechanisms does your credbul employ for the off-chain capital allocation despite its decentralized fund structure?
What does the fund? How does the fund is structured off chain, and how do we? if you could just is that the question?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Like how is
Sure. So,
capital deployed off-chain?
yeah, so the capital is deployed off-chain in a highly diversified strategy. So capital is deployed across multiple SME originators. As I mentioned, these are the most established, um, fintechs who lend to creditworthy SMEs. So we allocate across a dozen originators for diversification, and each originator about 3 or 4 products. So it's highly diversified. And across these originators and the products, there's over 10,000 SME transactions that these originators underwrite and deploy credit solutions such as working capital, term loans, invoice financing, and so forth. So there's multi-layers of diversification, which ensures there's minimal concentration risk. In fact, there's more or less none. And as I mentioned prior to that, with full transparency of all of that capital allocation. So the fund is on chain, but at some point that capital goes off chain. However, all data transparency follows all that capital deployment all the way to the SME transactions and back. So it is fully transparent, and all that data is fully mutable back on chain. So that's a very important kind of value proposition differentiator for credbul. So think of us as a hybrid on-chain, off-chain, but fully transparent on-chain.
So one more point to add is that we don't deploy these funds into individual small medium businesses, so not individual SMEs, but we actually work with really established asset originators or fintechs, right? That they have a history of being able to deploy funds successfully with low default rates to the end SMEs. So this is their main business, and we're working with them because they have passed, the internal risk controls, and they passed the kind of performance and the kind of risk parameters that we have set, and that's why they are chosen. And at any point of time, if they fail to meet those parameters, we would no longer be working with them. So we have this very close and established relationships with these 12 originators, we call them, and that's why we're able to, have this high fixed yield with low defaults and be able to manage the performance of the fund. So unlike other private credit markets where any SMEs can basically post lending requests there, and they're not necessarily vetted, and they don't have like a long history of audited financial performance and ability to show that they can repay loans, we find that is a more risky approach. So what credbul does is work with the best of the best and the safest of the safest, and that is how we deploy capital.
Okay, yeah. Thank you once again for explaining this. So, yeah, guys, Nori, you can join actually, and also let's talk some kind of your challenges. It's like how does your credbul navigate the regulatory challenges while providing the chain agnostic access to the real world asset in DeFi?
Yeah. So think of credbul has two components to its engine, if you will. The first is the licensed on-chain fund, private credit fund. That is a traditional institutional only private credit fund that targets the institutional market, right? And that's obviously fully regulated. The other component is credbul DeFi. So credbul DeFi is a lending platform that falls under very strict regulatory compliance, if you will, in Europe, but it's not a permissioned entry, so there's no KYC. This platform, the DeFi platform, offers permissionless access to the broader market to the same products and terms as institutional investors here on the institutional side. So these are two sister companies that work together to ensure that each operate within its regulatory framework, and with its kind of delivery of the products to the lenders on the DeFi side and to investors on the fund side. So we've gone through great pains, if you will, over the past year to have full regulatory blessings. Lots of money were spent on lawyers to ensure that everything we're doing is with the blessings of our regulators, and also, of course, to ensure the best interests of our lenders and our investors. So it's a hybrid model that connects the two on-chain through smart contract, but the two are, they operate under different regulatory frameworks, if you will.
Okay, yeah. Thank you once again. So I think we are enough for this. So one last question I would like to ask actually before going to take some question from the live actually. Like, what is your future development plan for the 2024 and also already like for the 2025 actually according to your roadmap?
Sure, I'll let Tivia start this question off with the retail products, and I'll cover off on the institutional side.
Sure. So for the retail, what we have upcoming, apart from the Bootap game, we are also launching another game that would now be a web-based version of the game. The details of the game, I shall not spoil the surprise. So please follow at credbul DeFi on X so you can keep informed of the next game that's coming up. But what I can tell you is in that game, it's a hyper casual game with a lot of very beautiful graphics, very cute characters, and it's a skill based game. So it requires a little bit more skill than the tap and earn games. So gamers and retail crypto native folks out there who wants to give it a try, stay tuned for the launch of that game. And what we also have next is Incredible Vault. So after you participate in both the airdrop programs and you play the tap and earn to earn points, if you say, hey, I've heard of credbul and the products they're offering has really good high fixed yield, and I trust that they are licensed and the team can deliver these results, and I want to lend more into the fund, we actually are launching a product called Incredible Vault, where you can lend with no limits. So if you have a portion of your crypto portfolio in stable coins that you would like to lock in high fixed yield, that's your opportunity. And when you lend into ICV as well, we call it Incredible Vault. That's where you get all of the same investor protections, all of the access to the same high fixed yield products that the institutions have. And again, you don't have to do any KYC at this point, and you also it's a permissionless system, so it's extremely easy for you to join. The interface and the page would be very different from other boring DeFi pages that you see, where it's a simple campaign. You would see a very beautiful, very degen image of a big bull breathing. So check it out. It would be incredible. .io. So check out that link. And later on in this year, we would also be launching a staking campaign. So this is for people that have interest in holding CBL tokens for the long term. We have very generous rewards for our stakers. So also keep a lookout of the staking campaigns to come.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So, guys, join our community and learn more as I mentioned. Thank you once again. So, let's take some question from the Binance. Like I can see, people are commenting on there. So, people just ask you a question if you have. So, the first question asked about yes, like, where can I buy your token? And also, could you share? Do you have any listing plan in future?
Yep. So our planned targeted date of listing would be Q3 this year. So that's coming up really soon. For the first news of the exchanges where you can buy the token, please join follow our X. So it's at credbul DeFi, and also join our Telegram group. So it is credbul main. That's the group name. So join, and those will be the channels where you get first information as to the token launch and the exchanges where you can buy those tokens. But again, if you want to be the first to get your hands on credbul tokens, the best way is to join our community right now, playing the tap and earn game and also participating in the airdrops program. Because the minimum is just very simple, $1, and you already get an allocation. So everybody that's listening right now, right after this, you can immediately go to our X group, follow our X, where you can see more details of this airdrop program that is currently live.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So let's take another one. Okay, he asked about from David, I think. Do you have any audit certificate or any KYC verification?
Yeah.
Do we have any audit certification or license certification? Is that
Yeah.
the question? Sure, of course. We have a license certification. You were issued an actual formal license. It's a Bahamas license fund by the Securities Commission. We are We don't have an audit as of yet because we're a relatively new fund. So typically an audit happens a year after. But a fund administrator issues monthly NAVs, or net asset value of the underlying assets, and they manage the ongoing
Mhm.
administration of the fund itself on a daily basis.
Our DeFi fund, though, our smart contracts are all audited. So it's audited by both Certic, so it's one of the leading providers, and also Hacken. So to find out more information about the smart contracts audit to make sure your funds are all safe, go to credbul.io, that's our website, and then below at the footer, you would see a link to our audit reports. Or you can simply Google Credbul smart contract audits, and you would find a copy of the audit.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's take another one. Okay, there is a question about. I think okay. That is also about your airdrop. That included one of the criteria to meet up with the landing 2K. So does accumulated landing also count for its just on basis the 2K?
Sorry, what counts? Could you repeat the last part?
Accumulated landing also counts or it's just on basis of 2K? Okay, let
Jason,
me
sorry.
rephrase the question once again. That is from the question from the Ever, like he mentioned. You also about asked that is about your 100K CBL airdrop that you tweeted actually. So one
Yep.
of the criteria to meet up with this lending, the 2K. So does accumulated lending also counts or it's just on a basis of 2K?
Okay, so you mean if additional lending counts or it's the basis of the 2K? So this whole airdrop campaign, we're giving out 100,000 worth of CBL tokens. So the minimum, it's $1 for you to lend to get an allocation, and you can lend a maximum up to 2K. This means out of the 100K that we set aside, the amount for the maximum 2K lend, we would be setting aside an amount for those highest tier lenders as well. So that's the maximum you can lend. So on the page itself, on the airdrops page, which is incredible.io/100K on this site, you can't, lend more than 2K because the system itself blocks you from lending anything more than 2K. So if you want to lend an amount higher than 2K and you want greater airdrops that comes with that, you have two ways. So one way, in the meantime, you can lend with a different wallet. So whenever you connect a new wallet, 2K, and then another wallet 2K, you can get additional tokens from both those wallets. Or you can wait for the launch of our Incredible Vault. So Incredible Vault wouldn't have that 2K limit. So when Incredible Vault is launched, you can lend, without any limits. You can lend however much you want. So if you have a significant amount of capital you want to deploy, go to the credbul group, say you are Will and you want to participate in Incredible Vault, and our customer support team will reach out to you to let you know how to do that as well. But I would just suggest if right now you want to take part in the airdrops, you can use different wallets to do that, or you can wait for the launch of Incredible Vault.
And I'll add one brief point is just to emphasize the point that Tavia mentioned earlier, is that the more you lend, the more airdrops you receive as a percent of what you lend. So starting with the lowest at $1 to the maximum at 2,000, that percent is much higher at the 2,000 than it is at the $1. So it provides you with rewards and to encourage you to lend more, but also not only will you generate yields from the underlying investment, but you also the percent of the yield they will generate is maximized the more you lend, right?
Okay, yeah, thank you for the clarification. Hope that Eva, you got your answer. And there is another question asked that is recently that is credbul launched a bull bot on the Telegram, and there are lots of bugs associated with the app. So, like one of them is that after tapping from a while and you leave once you came back, it starts from zero. So, where do we make such a complaints?
Okay, so if you've been part of the Bull Tap game that just launched 2 days ago, it means you're one of our earliest followers. So congratulations, because the game officially actually launched early next week. But don't worry, because all of the taps that you made, it's all tracked within our system. So all of those points would still be credited to you. So as long as you have tapped, those points would all be credited to you, even if you see on the page that it refreshes. Because what happens, I think you have around 5,000 points that you can get maximum a day right now, and once you finish tapping, it does reset. But all of this data is actually tracked on our backend, so not to worry if you see it resets. As long as you have tapped, all of those points would still be counted under your account. Because in Telegram, the good thing is that it's linked to your handle, so that's why we can track each user there as well. But all of these small little micro issues, just 2 days of launch, would all be resolved early next week. So please check out the Bull Tap game again early next week and participate again in the game. But don't worry that all the points that you've previously, worked hard to tap for, it would all still be credited to you.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And there is another question. I think we already answered this, like how do I participate in your airdrop? So we already answered this question. No worries. And there is another question actually, like why should I choose your credbul?
I think you choose it if you are looking for high fixed yield project that is backed by a real team with a good product that is going to last. So it's definitely not a meme coin project. It's not something that you hype up and then hope it goes to the moon and then it dies a few months later. We've made Incredible Earn and the points program to be a program that lasts long in the space. So maybe this is also a good point to share about how we actually get this kind of credits to be able to give out returns on a consistent basis to our community. So we don't just give out tokens for free, because if you find any projects that just give out tokens for free in the long term, they would all die because the tokenomics just doesn't make sense. So what we do is in our fund, in the managing of this, serious institutional professional fund, we actually make returns from there. And we take a portion of these returns and we do token buybacks. So we actually buy our own token. Half of these tokens are burnt, so this means it's extremely deflationary. We call it hyper deflationary. And the other half is given back to community through Incredible Earn. So through the tier system, we buy back these tokens and then we give out to the most engaged players in our community every single month. And that's why it's sustainable. And so if you're a player in your play, not only you should be thinking, how am I getting more points? How am I getting up the leaderboard? But you would also be thinking about staking these tokens. Because if you look at our light paper and tokenomics, we have regular buyback and burning of tokens. This means that the total supply of these tokens is going to get cut really, really quickly, which means that the price of the token, assuming demand remains the same, is going to go up significantly. So if I was retail, what I would do is I would take part in all the airdrops, I would play the game, I would get the points, get the CBL tokens, and I would hold those tokens. Because I know just for the sheer fact of holding and staking those tokens, the token value would go up because the team is actively going out and burning those tokens.
Okay, yeah, got it. So thank you. I think we are enough. Like I can see the question about your plan program. So I think you already covered everything. So thank you guys for having here. I can see that this we have 9 minutes in our hands. So before wrapping this session, I would like to see people take part on their at events. Don't forget to do this. Actually, this is the huge opportunity for you right now. So Jason and Tavia, do you have anything else that you want to share before wrapping this session, or any closing remarks?
Yeah. So I think on the retail side, how we approach it is we intend to be a very generous points program, but not in a way that doesn't make sense. So in order for everybody to benefit, for the community to benefit, the for our end, we would want to listen to the community and build up this program together. So Incredible Earn is not a program where the centralized team we sit down and then we decide how much points for each activity, how much we're giving each user, and then these are activities and that's it. We adopt a very collaborative approach. So join our community, talk to us either on Discord or follow us on our Telegram group, credbul main, and give us suggestions, right? So you can give us suggestions, how do we make the games better? For example, I appreciate the user just now that said, okay, the points tend to reset. So now we know this is an issue we urgently, have to prioritize and fix. Or you can tell us, okay, maybe 5,000 points a day, it's too little. I want to tap 10,000 points a day. And this kind of suggestions you're giving us to help to make the game more fun, to help to make the leaderboards more fun, and it to be a very attractive program that is actually fun and engaging for the community. That's what we're hoping for. So it's where you play, you learn, and you earn. That is what we're looking for. So join our community, talk to us. We're always open to listen to your suggestions. If you have, even when we're deciding the character graphics and the design of these things, we also always listen to our community and ask our community. So participate as well. And we do have open positions as well for moderators and also community ambassadors. So the more active you are, the more we can actually notice you and also reward you in that process.
I second that exactly what just Tavia said. It's really important for us to hear from our community as we launch our products to refine the features, the experience, and let us know what else is missing. We'd love to hear from you. This is a community-driven platform. While we had the initial concept and idea, it was actually driven a lot by feedback from our community followers. And what you will see being rolled out early next week, where we're actually launching on a weekly basis leading up to the full platform Credible Earn. It's all been driven by feedback we've received from the community. So the more feedback we get, we tend to listen, even though sometimes we don't respond to every single message, because to be honest with you, our Telegram community has been growing at such an incredible rate that we're looking to staff up and provide more community managers. We take count of every single feedback, and you'll see continuous improvements and launches of new features over the coming months, and especially leading up to our TGE, which will be announced in the coming weeks. So please join our Telegram group, join X, join our Discord, participate, provide feedback, and wait for all the exciting products that we're going to be launching over the next few weeks.
Okay, yeah. Thank you guys for having here for your time with our community, and I'd like to thank you all of our community members. So wish you good luck for the credbul and stay tuned, everyone. So have a nice day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Cheers.